Sarah Jo Heath, Adaptive PE teacher for the Sedgwick County Co-op here, and I'm just going to go through and show you a couple of the technologies that I use in my teaching and in my profession. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is my pride and joy, my Nike GPS watch. I got this because I'm a runner, but it's come in really handy in my school. So if you look, I have a watch, and when I press the button, it will give me quite a few different options. I can use it as a stopwatch. It comes in really handy. I've got my watch on, and I'm using my stopwatch when I'm doing anything with my kids, whether it be plank holds or timing a timeout, which happens quite often, or timing laps and things. I've also got the option that I can run with my students, and I link up my satellites, and I let the sensors go, walk around, and I did a 5K with my students not too long ago and actually was able to time and get all our stuff for that. So that's my Nike GPS watch. Comes in handy a lot. I also use my phone quite often for a couple different things, and I'm going to show you 3 things that I do with my phone. The first one, I work with a lot of students with autism, and they get really easily distracted and can get really noisy in PE. I found an app called Toddler Lock, and you can turn the noise off, or you can have a little bit of sound. They like that. And basically, they're just coloring on my phone. Some of my students I would never hand my phone to, but some of them just need a little something to do during PE, so I give them that. It's really nice. You've got to hit all 4 corners in succession to get it turned off so they can't get anywhere else on my phone. They're not going to call anybody or do anything else. So I use that sometimes. Unless you're teaching special education, you probably won't have need for that, but it is nice for what I do. Another application on my phone that I use is called Rhapsody. And Rhapsody is a music application. I pay $10 a month, and I can download as many songs as I want, and I've never put a song into my search bar and not gotten something. So I pretty much find everything. There's no limit on songs. I can have them on my computer, I can have them on my phone, I can play them. So I'll go right here to one of my playlists that I created, and of course it doesn't want me to. This is a playlist I created for my The one problem with this is occasionally my phone doesn't let me get into stuff. So I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. We're going to go to a couple other applications and things that I use. This is my work laptop that is provided to me. And some of just the programs I use are the Microsoft ones. So I created just in Publisher this little lanyard, and it's got warm up, stretch, instruction, activity, and lineup. And then on the back it says quiet, listen, wait. Just a simple Publisher document. I printed it off and used it. I also used Publisher when I was applying for a job and made a brochure, put myself in it, kind of talked about the school and different things, and went to Kinko's, printed it off, and had a nice trifold brochure that I made on my own Publisher. Microsoft Word comes in really handy, and I use some Excel spreadsheets and things inside my Microsoft Word, but this is just a data keeping log that I've made. Really simple, not a lot to it. 2 pages. It's got all the different skills for the year, and I just check them off and put a date when I see the student do it. That's a really nice one that I have. I've also used PowerPoint. I held an in-service for some paras and did some training and made just a really easy PowerPoint and put it up on my smartboard and went through it with them and printed off the slides and gave them some stuff. So that was a really easy way to use technology. I also use Excel. This is a spreadsheet that was made by one of our middle school fitness teachers, and they print it off, and it's got basically the exercise log for every day for the students, and then I take it and just adapt it for what my students are going to do and make it a little bit easier. They write check marks instead of necessarily writing out how much weights they do and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I use my computer. I also use Microsoft Outlook Express and some other things. Let's go back to my phone and see if I can get that Rhapsody to work for you. Again, like I said, technology works sometimes it doesn't work. So that's one thing that I will say about using this. That can be a little bit tricky. So let's see if I can do it now. Sometimes if you just put it in airplane mode or turn it off and then pop it back on, it'll work really well. But let's see. Okay, it's not gonna let, here we go. Here's some music. So I've just got my list of music. I can make playlists, and typically I can play it for all my students, but like, there we go. So I've got a country playlist right here that I made. Can go and pick all my songs. I think I've got a St. Patty's Day playlist, and I put some songs on there for my kids. So that's a really nice application that I use. I also have one more on my phone that I'm going to show you, and it's called Endomondo, and it's sports tracker. And before I had my watch, I used this a lot. but it's just another way to track your running. It'll do your distance, your pace, your calories, your duration, and it'll talk to you if you want and tell you what mile you're at and things like that. So those are just a couple of the ways that I use technology in my profession, and as you can see with the Rhapsody, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's just trial and error, and you have to kind of figure it out. But I have found that a lot of things, it's really nice to use it when you can. So go ahead, try it out, and let me know if you have any questions about some of that stuff.